What is going on out there, peeps? All right. So, look, most people already know my story and how I got onto YouTube. I started on another YouTube channel, but when I try to elaborate or get into details about certain subjects, I was often cut off or hung up on. And that's okay. It's not my channel. It wasn't my place to say. I was encouraged by some great people that were fans of the show and told me to start my own channel. And that's what I did. I did not expect that I would get more than 200. I say that all the time, but more than 200 subscribers, I really didn't. I just wanted to, and share my opinion on what was going on and what I was able to research. And that's what I did. But this thing has grown, and it keeps getting bigger, and it gets bigger. And, it's definitely something you have to be passionate about. I'm passionate about it because I enjoy trying to share opinions and give information out that I believe might help individuals in a lot of different ways. So every now and then I'll see a post that's in the group that will grab my attention. So yesterday there was a post in here and I thought it was really good. John, I erased your last name because I wasn't sure if it was okay if I should share your name. But this is what John said. I first came to this group to find out about Nasera Jacera. I thought, wow, this is amazing. Cha-ching, money coming to us to help us with our debts, to help us with the IRS, to help us form a better government, help with healing, beds, and to give us money. But then I kept on digging more. Instead, I dug into the people who are on this site. I started listening to what they had to say. Many have powerful things to say, and I listened. I noticed some out of the ordinary people, amazing people. I ended up looking at their pages, which led me to other videos. I became more awake, more enlightened, more aware. I am learning here. I have, or have I already learned this, and they are showing me what I have already learned. This year has been one of the most trying times of my life. When it looks like everything in my life has fallen apart, I am not worried. I have my people. I still want Nasera Jacera to happen, but all of a sudden, it's not as important. Does this make sense? Can you tell me why you came to this group? What drove you here? So, I'll personally respond, John. I didn't come to the page. Obviously, I created it. Well, I created the group because what I was hoping is, you got a lot of these so-called professionals out there. In my opinion, they could be leading people because they're driven by, commissions or anything else. So what I was hoping was people as a group, us as a group, in things that we're interested in as far as investments are concerned. I was hoping that we can create a group of people who would openly share ideas and information that could benefit and help and change the lives for the better of those who are in there. That's what I really wanted. That's what I had hoped. Now I get it. There's not a lot of people who believe in the Nasera, the Jacera, or the Iraqi Dinar, or the Vietnam Dong. I get it. And you get them in there and these people, and they attack others for believing in it. And this is why I kick them out of the group. You see, if you don't like these investments, or you're not interested in them, or you have no faith in them, that's your opinion. But to go out and attack people and call them dumb and cuss them out and everything else, it's not tolerable. Just because you don't believe in an investment doesn't mean it's not real. We're finding out now that people benefited from the Zim dollars of all the damn currencies to go first. Now, I understand not everybody's getting these benefits because we're still learning on what it is that needs to be done. But the point being is this. People took a risk, and a lot of these investments are low risk, high reward situations. But there's nothing wrong with us encouraging each other, sharing information. You know what I mean? Trying to get to the bottom of the truth on everything. That's what I hope to get out of the group. is a community of like-minded people who want to help, learn, share information that can build wealth for them and their families, change their lives. It's never too late. You know, I see this where you said, when it looks like everything in my life is falling apart, I'm not worried. Yeah, I've been there myself, John. I've been rich and then dirt poor and then got myself rich again and then became homeless and then became rich again. And then now, you know, I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? But the problem was when you're younger and you're naive, you tend to take for granted your situation. So you share your experiences with people, hoping that others will learn and benefit from it. So, John, I appreciate the post. I really do. You know, these are the types of things I'm hoping that happen in the group. I'm hoping that when people come to the group, that they do learn something, that they feel a positive vibe there, that something that they've read or heard that they were able to take advantage of in a positive way has changed their life for the better. So, thank you for that post, John. And that's just why I do what I do. Okay? I appreciate all the love and support. I never thought that I would get over 20,000 dang subscribers, and it continues to grow. And so I'm grateful to everybody, but I'm also grateful when people come in and they benefit from the group. Whether they do become wealthy or not, but at least they feel good about what's going on. That kind of vibe is what I want and love about our group. So thank you for the post. All right. So everybody knows, in case you don't know this, the group we're talking about is in Pimpy's Investment Chat. It is a Facebook group. It is the same name as a YouTube channel. I will leave a link in the description and encourage everybody to come on in there. You're free to do so. And here we do talk about foreign currency investments as well as gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, Jacera and Nicera. You're able to post questions in here, and then just don't bring up anything about 800 numbers because it could cause hell in there. But you're free to come in here and ask questions. Don't be afraid. There's a lot of people like myself as well that are still learning as we go along. So don't be afraid to ask questions. There's a lot of knowledgeable people in here. I try to get to all the posts, but it's not easy. It's very challenging. But so come on into the group. We have a second group. As you can see, it continues to grow. The second group, this is the hidden things in front of your eyes. There is a YouTube channel that goes with it as well. But in here we talk about current events as well as those things that most people consider a conspiracy. 9/11, false flag events, you name it. There is a link for them in the description. You are free to join us. So let's get into what's going in Iraq. I didn't mean to get all mushy and everything on you guys. I just wanted to say that I do appreciate you, and I do appreciate the community, and I do appreciate the good vibes that are there. A military advisor confirms the seriousness of the ability of Al-Qaeda to trace armed groups and reveal their identities. I think it's important. When I read this article, it made me think about something. All these people tearing down statues and stuff like that in our country, they need to be put on blast. I think they need to be arrested. They need to be paraded out and for the public to see their face so we know who they are. You need to disgrace them. You need to humiliate them. You need to do that. I'm just tired of this. You know, it's one thing to vote to take down a statue. It's another to think the arrogance of just being able to come in and do what you want to this country, trying to claim that this country is terrible. Immigrants have been coming to this country from around the world. They don't go to other countries. You don't see Americans leaving that or hear about it that often to other countries because they hate America or because they're being oppressed here. No, they're immigrants coming here from other countries around the world. That's what makes this country so great. We're saying is just make sure you do it legally. But you have to come in here and assimilate to America. America is not going to assimilate to you. There's a reason why this country is the world power, is the strongest nation. There's a reason for that. Anyways, Former military advisor. Okay, scroll down a second because usually the first paragraph just talks about where the information comes from. Prime Minister Kademi is very serious in tracing armed groups and revealing their identities. Yes, do it. Pointing out that Al Kademi also has the ability to put an end to these groups very quickly. Yes, put them on blast. People out there in the news will know them, will know their families. You start doing that kind of stuff like that, guess what? This type of behavior will change, especially when you start involving your family. You don't want to be humiliated. You just don't. And sure, I get it. Most family members are not responsible for the actions of other family members, but that's not the point. Most people are aware of what's going on. They need to do something about it. This affects the Iraqi people. 8 years of missile strikes by groups that sometimes call the resistance or armed groups unchecked and are in fact outlaw groups and rebels against the state. The operation started from the time of the former minister Maliki until now, and they cause embarrassment and real challenge to Kademi's government, to the world, and foreign relations conjunctions with strategic dialogue between the United States and Baghdad. Yeah, of course it started when Maliki was in power, because he didn't care. He was not there for the purpose of the Iraqi people. He was there to serve Iran. Iraq and Kuwait agreed to form joint committees to achieve the outcome of the donor conference. Now, we know about the donor conference. We talked about it a lot in 2019 when I was on the other channel. We know there's a lot of money that was contributed in the effort to help Iraq build its infrastructure. All right, so I think we're in that position now where they can receive it. There is a good government there and one that's there for the people. So, anyways, as usual, the first paragraph says where they get all the information. The statement, the two sides discussed a number of issues, common concerns, especially with regards to strengthening bilateral relations in the economic and investment field, among them the rehabilitation and development of the border port and the implementation of a number of services projects in health and education sectors and implementation of the Yah Hussein Road, the link between the southern governments and the Karbala governments through a number of governments, central governments. Okay, the two parties agree, according to the statement, form a joint Iraq-Kuwait committee to follow up and activate the outcomes of the Kuwait donor conference. This was held at the initiative of the state of Kuwait in the beginning of 2018. I really want to see this go. I really do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want the Iraqi dinar to change, but I'm really happy to see Iraq start to put itself back together. I've said this a million times. Iraq and as well as Vietnam are long-term investments for me as well, but they're also places that I do want to go visit. There is a lot of thick, rich history in Iraq, and unfortunately, a lot of it was blown up by ISIS, because that's the same thing that's happening here, where they tear down our statues. They were torn down there. Holy sites are burnt down while they're burning down our holy sites here. So yeah, I understand, but there's some of it was preserved, and I really do want to go see it before another group of radical idiots go burn it down or blow it up as well. Anyway, so the positions of the state of Kuwait, the government and the people in support of Iraq, especially in the area of confronting the corona and supporting efforts for reconstruction and achieving stability and development in all of Iraq, noting that the current situation that the countries of the region and the world go through requires more cooperation to cross the crisis and overcome economical challenges caused by the low oil prices. Yeah, this would be a great way to put a lot of Iraqi people back to work. Infrastructure really needs to get started. I know a big portion and big help to that was these electric grids that were being built. I told you guys, I heard, remember reading an article saying it was 70%, but somebody was telling me, no, it's probably closer to 82%. Either way, it's still a huge change, and it goes a long way. Electricity is going to play a huge role in what's going on over there in Iraq. God knows, after you've been out in the desert all day, laying asphalt, you want to come home to some cold water with ice cubes and air conditioning. So let's see what I would love to see infrastructure get restarted right away. And for those of you who are going, well, how does that affect the dinar? Because I can feel it already. Obviously, what happens is if the country starts rebuilding itself and more people go back to work, the more taxes they're able to pay, the less they rely on oil revenues, the more they're able to generate more revenues, their economy becomes stronger, that strengthens their local currency. All right, that's what we want. Okay. So Iraq's banks are waiting for the notice to launch the salaries within 24 hours. In case you guys didn't know, Al Qadami made some moves to say release the salaries. These people need to get paid. They Buster took us. They need to get paid. Okay, so the source from the news, the banks are waiting for the notices from the ministry to enter data and electronic regulations and launch the salaries for state employees. He added that it hoped that the notice will reach the banks to launch and pay salaries within the next 24 hours. So where we at now? Today is our Sunday, so it's Monday there. It's like their Monday. Obviously, it's still Sunday, but yeah, their week starts today. So hopefully when people got to work on Monday, they were happy to find out that indeed they were able to get paid. I'm sure that's probably a really good feeling. All right, then, you guys. So that's it for now. Look, I just wanted to say I appreciate having you aboard, and I do appreciate seeing these types of things, man. It's what I want in our group. I really want a community of people that shares information that others can benefit from. That's really what I'm looking for. That's what I am attempting. So I want to say, if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because it does help the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I do want to say that I surely do appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, and you have a great day.